Hey guys and gals, welcome back to another Vinny Built Structures video. As the title says, third time's a charm. This is the third time I'll be building this structure. It is the FERTIZONA main building. The first one I built was originally for my layout, but I had a subscriber of mine and a good friend of mine, Paul, who wanted the building. Originally I was going to build it for him, but I knew by the time I got finished building it, it would be a long time. So I made him an offer to do a trade for the building for some rolling stock and a locomotive. There was also some cash involved. So anyhow, let's get on with some more of this video. Excuse me. If you guys noticed that the music I changed up a bit. I like all kinds of music, but I am a rocker from way back, and rock and roll and heavy metal are my favorites. But I also like country music, yes, country music, and I also like jazz and blues. So I tried to keep the volume down. I do not put music over my voice, so you guys will be able to hear everything that I say in the video. I had a question from one of my subs, and I won't mention his name. He wants to know, because he sees me looking to my right every time, he wants to know if I am reading something. Well, the answer to that is yes. I write down on an index card the things I need to say in my videos, because I'm getting old, and it's true what they say, you know, the mind is the first thing that goes. Anyhow, before I do a video, as I'm thinking of things that I'm going to say in the video, I jot it down on here. The other thing I want to say is, as per YouTube, this video that I am doing right now is my 400th video. That's a lot of videos to do in the past 2 years, and if it wasn't for you guys, they probably wouldn't be as many or as often. So I appreciate all the support I get from all my subscribers and my viewers, and as long as you guys keep watching and commenting, I will keep on posting. Anyhow, let's get out to the work area and I'll show you what's going on. So stay tuned and we'll be right back. Alright guys, we're out here in my workshop now, and as you can see, I've got everything laid out on this one sheet of plastic. This is an evergreen product. It's a 12-inch by 24-inch sheet, and I believe when I originally bought this it was about $14. You're not going to get a prototype building for $14, so you actually have to make it. Anyhow, as you can see, I've got the tower all ready to go. Track side wall, truck side wall, front wall, and rear wall. I always try to use the factory edge so I can get it as pretty square as I can. What I'm going to be using for this is Model Masters glue, and then I'm going to be using the 294 angle for the corners, and then I'm going to be using the 175s for the corner support, inside corner supports. Tools I'll be using, a couple of metal straight edges, always a square, pencil, scale rule, and an eraser. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and start cutting this stuff out, and I will do a mock-up and put it on the layout and show you guys how it's going to look. I want you to keep in mind this is the third time I'm doing this building. The first one was the original one for my layout, but I had an offer from one of my buddies, one of my subscribers, Paul, who made me an offer I couldn't refuse. He wanted the building, and he traded me some rolling stock and a locomotive for the building. Anyhow, the second one is an HO scale of the same model, That's on my buddy David Durbin's layout. Anyhow, with all that being said, let's go ahead and start cutting this out. I'll be right back. Alright guys, there you go. There's all my parts cut out. I didn't want to do all the cutting on video. It would have been too long because I don't have a sharp blade to start with. And as you saw in the clip, when I was trying to break it apart, it was giving me a little rough time. So I went ahead and cut them off camera. Anyhow, everything is all cut out right now. And what we're going to do is I'm going to do a mock-up with some tape and so on and so forth, and then we'll go ahead and put this on the layout, and I'll show you what it looks like on the layout. So stay tuned and we will be right back. Alright guys, here's a mock-up of what it looks like, and over here we're going to have a very large opening, and there'll be a canopy right here for truck loading and unloading. There'll be a people door back there, and on this side here we're going to have a garage door, even though I got it covered up with tape right now. And then this is going to be how it's going to look. Now, you guys may be asking why I have two of these towers up here. I was thinking that maybe I should make a full wall there, even though the prototype is only a tower, and that tower actually belongs on that side. So this is how it's going to look on the layout, and I just want you to know that because of the space available, my original one was 15 inches long. This one's only 12 inches long, but it fits where I need to put it. There'll also be a little office building in this area right here. So anyhow, I'll go ahead and work on this a bit more, and I will decide whether I want to put a full wall where the tower is, or just leave it the way it's supposed to be as prototype. Anyhow, stay tuned and we'll be back with more on this build. Alright guys, now that I was happy with the mock-up on this building, I went ahead and started cutting out some of the openings. As you can see on the tower, there's 3 windows, one on each side there, and on here there's also another one. So now I'm going to go ahead and cut these guys out, the doors. And this door here, I mean, they're all guesstimated sizes. I know that when I was there for my tour, that they actually have a bobcat that goes in and out of here that scoops up the material, because there's a couple of bins inside of here. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and start cutting this out, and after it's all cut out, we'll start assembling the structure and we'll see how it turns out. Anyhow, stay tuned and we'll be right back. Alright guys, now that all the holes are cut out, I'm happy with the way they look. Everything is measured up and seem to fit pretty well. As you can see, I've got a lot of the supports already cut out. Now, there's two ways you can do this. You can take your front wall and put it on the outside of the side wall, or you can do it with the front wall on the inside of the main wall. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put mine on the inside, and the reason for that is I cut all these walls the same width, so they all will fit inside the building. It also keeps the building a little bit more firm, because I noticed that this was also kind of warping. So with all that being said, my supports will go on the inside up against the edge, like that, and then when this dries up, we can attach it to the respective walls. Anyhow, let's get going on this, and we'll see how it works out. So stay tuned. Alright guys, now that I have all my supports on here for the roof, and this down here will be when I put the foundation. I'll have a area to glue it down to the foundation. Now that all that's done, everything has been sanded and whatever, we're going to go ahead and start attaching this to the building. And like I said, the reason why I put the supports on the inside is because I'm going to put them on the inside of the sidewall. And I'm not too worried about the way the corners look, because I'm going to use the angle to cover the corners up, so it'll give a nice clean finish. Anyhow, sorry I was off camera there a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and start putting this together, and we'll see how this goes. So stay tuned, and we shall be right back. Alright guys, here's the semi-completed structure for FERTIZONA. As you can see, I've got all the holes cut out. I've got the tower in. My little, I'm going to call this a firewall. I don't know exactly what it is, but it is there. And I will try and find a picture of the prototype and post it with this video. Anyhow, what I need to do now is get some material for the roof and some material for the base. And we'll be pretty much done. I got the decals for it, so basically this building is complete. I'm going to go put it on the layout and I'll show you how it looks on the layout. Stay tuned and we will be right back. Alright guys, this is what you're looking at. First of all, I found enough material to go ahead and do the roof, but I know that there's going to be some rivet counters out there, and I want to point out all my mistakes so you guys know that I do make mistakes. And for me, it's acceptable, but if I was doing this for someone else, it would not leave my house until it was perfect. Anyhow, first major mistake is this guy right here. Let me see if I can get this a little closer. The angle actually should have been the other way. And also, it didn't come out square. The second mistake, major mistake that I made, I don't know if you guys can be able to see this, but this piece right here was not cut out correctly, and you can see there's a gap up in here. So that's another thing. Like I said, this is totally acceptable for me, but if I was doing somebody, it would not leave my house. Next thing is, I did put the truck loading and unloading shed here. When I get the foundation, there'll actually be a little bit of grading here, so when the trucks come in, they could dump it. When I had my tour at this place, there's actually an auger that goes from here into the building and then up to an elevator, which is my next thing that I forgot to do. Again, another mistake, I forgot to cut the hole out in the roof because the elevator is actually inside the building and comes up through here. Alright, so now I also added my foundation down here, and let's see what else. And on this side, I will be adding some guide wire or some kind of a wire that's here, and I'll be using, I don't know if you guys can be able to see this, but it's a piano wire, and basically what it'll do, it will go from the tower down to the main roof, just like that. It's on the prototype, and so I'm going to install it on here also. Like I said, again, if this building was for somebody, it would not leave my house until it's perfect. Let's see, that, and I also added all the corner trim here. I painted it with a gloss white right now. That's all I had available. So as soon as the paint dries, I will hit it with dull coat. Anyhow, now I will get this out to the layout and show you what it's going to look like on the layout. So stay tuned and we'll be right back. Alright guys, now you're looking at the structure on the layout, and as you can see, my truck loading and unloading facility is right there. I still need to do a people door right there. And another thing I forgot to mention in my mistakes is when I did this roof right here, I didn't cut enough to leave some overhang on it. I guess I got overconfident saying, well, I built 2 of these before, it'd be no problem to build another one. Anyhow, when you guys do a scratch build, make sure all your cuts and sizes are exact. Anyhow, let's move around to the other side. And on this side here, you see that the FERTIZONA sign, I have a choice between that one and one that's all green, green background with white lettering, which is prototypical. And again, another mistake is I cut this tower short, so this FERTIZONA sign should be going wrapped around the corner up here, but I can't do that because I don't have enough room to do it. Anyhow, I hope you guys like this little scratch build series that I did. As always, your questions, comments, input, and subs are always welcome. For now, that's all, folks. BNSF 6951 out.